games in Skate 4. And bear with me, I want to make videos on this game and talking about this game, but I don't really have a very good idea of how to do it. So I'm just going to be skating around in this video, and it's not going to be as high production value as some of my obviously later videos will be, but also, sorry about that, but also it's going to be a very bare bones video as opposed to normal. Like even that Tails video had a couple of memes in there. Like obviously there'll be a higher production value than that, for sure. Thumbnails and titles and everything wise. But what a lot of people don't notice about Skate is it's a really beautiful game. Like if you can get past the art style, like you cannot tell me that this doesn't look nice to you. And because I'm on a monitor, I probably have a better experience than say someone on a TV, which would be, you know, your average demographic. And the only reason I invested in a monitor was because A, extra frames on Apex, and B, just overall, an investment I found worthy, because for someone who plans to be a YouTuber, having a TV right in front of your face the entire day is not good for your eyes. Like, neither is a monitor, but it's arguably better than a TV. But I've kind of got a point there. What I'm trying to say is the game has a lot of attention to detail that people kind of overlook when it comes to, you know, when it comes to it. When people are talking about the game, the most common complaints and most common things you'll hear are, oh, it's not Skate, it doesn't look like the original Skate games, or it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. But what a lot of people don't appreciate is Flick It was already amazing, and they've only made it better. Like, there's a lot more fluidity in this game, and I'll probably throw a Skate 3 clip over this, so you can kind of see. Like, even kickflips, I don't know, something about it. Especially in Skate 3, because it was older, back 2010, you know, it didn't feel as realistic. Character movements felt more stiff, and a lot of people, they don't be commenting enough on how fluid and smooth this game feels. Because even, I'm going to throw a session clip up here. Session isn't a very nice looking game in my opinion. Like when push comes to shove, like it is not fun to watch, animations wise. Because your skater doesn't move at all. And it feels like your character doing a skating in Skate doing an emote. Like if I had the fent lean, you'd see it. Like here, you see it now. My character doesn't react at all to the kickflip, whereas here, arms move. In Session, there's none of that, and that's just a personal thing. Like it just throws me off, and I cannot play the game as a result of it. But also, like regardless of the speed glitches and everything, a lot of people be complaining about the launch glitch, and I really want to make a statement on that first. It's so stupid to complain about because that was probably causing server issues with, you know, the amount of people you had just casually entering the stratosphere. That is not normal game behavior, and I doubt it was very good for server stability. And, you know, an even cooler thing to me is I'm gonna have to turn on the Flick It visualizer for this. Here we go. You can be really, really specific with how fast you want to flip. Like, look, quick flip there. Whereas, look, when I flick it fast, it goes a lot faster than just that, you know? And also, the higher I hold it, the more boned it is. See, this, very low kickflip. That's kind of higher. I can't really do it with pop shovels, but regardless. Like, even... Let me find a gap to jump off. You'll see a lot more fluid and realistic, you know, landing animations. It won't just be your character falls and just doesn't do anything. Someone bought the Founders Pack. But you'll have a lot more fluid animations like this rather than just stock. And I feel like people don't appreciate that enough. Like, also, Skate's always been a middle ground between realistic and unrealistic. You know? There was a point where it was the most realistic you could get, but those times are gone, you know? At least you got you got flick it, and there is that option to, you know, to skate realistic, because it's not, oh, you absolutely have to go a million miles an hour and do this speed glitch, and bail out or anything. But like, a lot of people just be forgetting how in-depth some of the systems are, And this is kind of a different video to what I'm usually doing, because a lot of my usual videos are going to be stupid stuff, because that is who I am. I'm not a serious person, and I don't play games seriously. Unless it's like a really odd situation or a competitive game, I'm not playing it seriously. Like, you can see me on stream, and I'm skipping half a level in Sonic Adventure 2. Like, what? Do you expect realism from a man like that? No, not really, And a lot of the time, people just be forgetting that, this is the skate we have. You can have your problems with it, your own reservations, things you don't like. But also appreciate the good things. Don't be biased because it's not what you wanted. Like, vert skating is so much better in this game now. And, like, that was simply because of a mistake I always be making when it comes to vert skating games. I ollie, like, at the end, when it's not real. And, like, as much as I want to say Skate is the greatest skateboarding game there is around, that's also because there's only 3 current, skateboarding games. And is there more being made? Yes. Will any of them have as high a budget as Skate? No. And will the buyout change things for Skate 3? Or Skate 4, sorry? Probably. But just, we gotta appreciate what we have. Like, they took some good stuff from Skate 3, and have they over-exaggerated the unrealistic stuff? Yes. Have they kind of went overboard with the cosmetics and having the shop finished? Yes. But just, there's pros and cons to everything, and you just gotta remember that. You can't always be constantly thinking about the bad things coming from the game. You gotta remember the good things too. Like, now we have a fourth Skate game, and regardless of your reservations, it feels like Skate 3, skateboarding wise. Not even overall gameplay, skateboarding wise. And realistically, in a skateboarding game, the skateboarding is the most important part. And like, that feels a lot smoother than anything like Session, and that is because they take away a lot of player control, but also because there's a lot of animation into it. And skating is a very expressive kind of sport, a lot of it is how tricks look. And kind of Session and Skater XL take away from that because they're smaller companies who can't go as in depth with animations. Skate really went into it with the whole mocap thing, and they already had the advantage of, being under EA and having Skate 3 do so well. They're obviously going to have a higher budget, so that kind of gives them an advantage there. So I'm not going to say, oh, Session sucks for not doing this. It's just my personal cup of tea is Skate, and I personally like the speed glitches just because I like doing shit like this, and I like that it's high risk, high reward. I don't know what that hit to fly back at me, but regardless, we'll keep skating. And, that's all I really have to say. Just appreciate the good things as well as the bad, you know? I'd say I've titled this video Skate 4 is underappreciated, something along those lines. And, I'll come up with a title soon. But just remember, the game isn't all that bad. It's pretty good. And I'm hoping that I've been able to carry this over USB with audio, because I don't want to have a kind of not as well done video because it has no audio in the background. But without, yapping and wasting any more time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if anyone can kind of point out how to structure Skate videos, I'd appreciate it, because it's a game I like to play, and it's a game I'd like to have in my bag of content, And I feel like there is room for improvement, especially in like how I structure the videos, how I'm going to edit them and everything. But I can't really do that without you guys, obviously, giving me critiques, your own kind of opinions and such, and overall just telling me what you think about the game and what you think I can do better